Hello and welcome. I'm author Dan Kaiser. Some friends of mine had a book club meeting without me, and the book of the month was Tales from S-Leven by Drunkle Dave and Dan Kaiser. They had some questions for the authors, neither of whom showed up to the meeting. So I thought I'd make a video to address the questions. Number one. Can you share a story that was not PC enough for the book? I don't know how to answer that because I have a lot of 7-Eleven stories, I guess, that didn't make it into the book. I can't think of anything particularly heinous. I don't know, I feel like the stories that were in the book were maybe a lot of them are kind of not PC in their. I don't know. I'm not trying to put a bunch of racist stuff or sexist stuff or, do all that body shaming type stuff or things that kind of maybe don't fall into modern sensibilities. So, I'm going to say this, though, that, so a lot of Dave's stories, almost all of them, I think, he actually wrote when we worked at the store, which was, around about 20 years ago. And, we were younger men, had a much more juvenile sense of humor than we do now. And I edited a lot of Dave, and Dave wrote all his stories, from that time period. So a lot of them were written in sort of a non-PC tone. So I'll just say that a lot of the editing that I had to do in Dave's stories was taking out, some of the more insulting comments or descriptions. When I edited them, I changed it to kind of more generically insulting things rather than, you know, not the F bomb, but the other F bomb and things like that. Yeah, that was. So there are stories in there that when the raw footage, so to speak, was not PC enough for the book, had to change a couple of things. Can you show the original copy of the Gypsy Memo to James? So my good friend James Waldecker. Um, oh, he had a question. The question James had was, there's that. It's an official 7-Eleven memo that is in the book, which there's a copy of it in there. And he wanted to read the thing that I had handwritten on there, which he thought was illegible. I think it's legible, but it's my handwriting. I got it right here. And I think the reason why James wanted to see it was because he couldn't read it. I will read it here. Here's what I have written. Gypsies believe, okay, gypsy. We don't say that in 2023, but that was kind of the point of me putting it in there. Whoops, 7-Eleven. Gypsies believe they have God's permission to steal. Legend has it that when the Christ was about to be crucified, gypsies stole the nails that were used to be the. Okay, maybe it is illegible. They stole the nails to be used to attach him to the cross. The Romans had to go back to their storehouse to get more nails, prolonging Jesus' life for a few precious hours. As a result, God absolved all gypsies from any responsibilities regarding that pesky commandment, thou shalt not steal. If a gypsy enters the store, assume they are here to steal and kick them out. Huh. That wasn't very PC at all, so I guess there were some things. So, you're welcome, James. Do you still have the cut-off sleeves uniform? I just looked. I thought maybe, I didn't really remember whether I'd gotten rid of it or not. I got rid of it. I kept it for a long time, and a lot of the flair that I had, such as like the little pins, I had a nice Tony Kanaan Formula One racer pin that I put on there. I still got that thing. I have this other cut-off jeans vest kind of thing that's in the closet, and a lot of the flare and patches and stuff, I still have. But the actual vest that I made is I threw that out. You know, I was never gonna wear it out anymore. It never really felt that right. So, you know, it wasn't form fitting. It didn't look good. It was kind of like, it was cool, but it wasn't that cool. Okay, what is circled in the last picture of mornings just before afternoons? I believe that refers to the picture of Bub and Dave. Dave's kind of standing in the background of the picture, probably reading a comic book or a newspaper or something. And then Bub is kind of standing in the middle of our area behind the counter, and it looks like she's pulling up her pants. But the thing that is circled is, as a joke back in the day when I took those pictures, I took a picture of her because she was not working that day, which is why she's not wearing a uniform. She had come up to the store because she was an assistant manager at that point, and she was supposed to lock up the safe when she was done with her morning shift. And around 4 o'clock, we noticed that she had left both sets of keys still in the safe for the store, so anybody could have just opened it up and taken a couple $1,000s out of there. So we called her up, and she had to come back to work and get the keys. And I took a picture of her with the keys. You know, it was like, ha ha, I could blackmail you. And I circled the keys on there, showing that we had busted her for getting the store keys in the store safe. And that was the joke. But really, it was one of the few good pictures that I had of, you know, some of our former employees there, which was really the main reason why I put that picture in the book. Not really so much about the key thing. Were you actually threatened with criminal charges and or a lawsuit for Bingo Boy? No, I think that was just the elaboration, exaggeration on Dave's part when he wrote that little part. We did fuck with Bingo Boy quite a bit, and I think a smarter person might have noticed, and I don't think we ever did anything that would have merited a criminal lawsuit or charges. But a lot of the things we did kind of went over his head, which was the reason why he was one of our favorite targets at the store. Like, we would kind of fuck with him a little bit, and he would kind of not notice. It is 100% true that we used to try to get him to repeat lines from Arnold Schwarzenegger movies and or other movies. But, I don't know. We were kind of assholes back then. But at the same time, we kind of felt like it was harmless because he was in a good mood the whole time. He would laugh along with us, not really knowing what we were laughing at. We felt like he wasn't that miserable when he came to the store. He came back for more, so he couldn't have been that dissatisfied. Is that all I think that's all the questions. Thanks for watching. If you didn't buy my book, I get mad compliments on it, and so does Dave. So get yourself a copy. Thank you.